Hello everyone. Welcome back. Today we are going to make some oversized coloring books, perfect for Valentine's Day or birthdays or any holiday, Easter even. I am going to be showing you one that I've done. We're going to work on one, finish one, and then I'll do one, I believe, from start to finish. So, if you want to stay for the whole video, great. If not, it's just a great idea. If you are looking for things to add to your offerings for, like I said, Valentine's Day. These are for my grandchildren, so I've got 3 different ones to create. 3 ones that are old enough to use a coloring book. The 3 younger ones can't. So anyway, this coloring book is 11 by 14. Those are the measurements. I used, for this cover, I used a chipboard cover, and I used 11 by 14 cardstock for this particular, for this notebook. And it's a little bit thick. So for the younger grandchild that's going to color really, really hard with markers, hopefully it won't go through. The images, again, come from Creative Fabrica. I will leave a link if you would like to check them out. I believe your first time using them, you get a free trial. So check that link out. It is an affiliate link if you would like to see what these images look like. Okay, this again is the 11 by 14 oversized coloring book. You can make them as large as you want. I mean, if you have the really big printers, like I do have a 24-inch printer, I thought about doing a big one that was about 20 inches by, I guess what, I think I looked at a 14 by 20. I may still do one, but these are still really good for the kids, and these are easy for me to mail. And I did this on using a Epson 855, 850, I think it's Epson 8550, the 8550 Epson EcoTank printer. Okay. And this is one that I did using 11 by 14 cardstock or poster board that I got from the Dollar Tree. I think you get 5 for $1.25, and that's what I'm using for the front cover for this one. This was printed on I don't remember which printer I printed this on, but this is on a matte paper, and this one was on a glossy paper. Okay, this is a satin finish paper, I'm sorry. This is a satin finish paper. This is a matte paper. And the last one that I'm going to do is, I don't know what kind of paper that is, because I didn't have, I bought it years ago, and all it said was Canon. I think that's it. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so we're going to get started with finishing the one that I already started working on. I already punched some holes in the pages. I just have to punch some holes in the back and punch some holes in the front and put it together. I will be putting these together using my TIANSE spiral hole punch machine. If you want to see how to use this machine, I do have a separate video. I'll link it below. You can use any machine that you have. If you have the cinch machines, you can do that. If you have I have a racing, I can do it on that one. But for this particular one, we're going to use this machine because I just did the video on how to use it, and it's already on my desk. So let's get started. We're going to go ahead and punch the back cover, which is just a piece of chipboard. And I've already lined my holes. So there we are. And again, when you are putting these covers together, I used a spray tack adhesive on top of the poster board. Then I just used this plain matte finish paper on top, rubbed it down. I used a stick glue around the corners just to make it look nice and neat. But when you do that, you really want to make sure that you let your glue dry before you punch holes in it, because you do not want your hole puncher, the hole punching mechanism in here to get sticky from the glue. So this was dried and done yesterday. So that's why we're going to punch it now. Okay, we'll slide it in here. And the cover. Okay, I'm gonna slide this out of the way. This has an automatic coiler, so I can actually put the coils in here, get it started, and it'll finish it for me, but I don't have a cord long enough where I'm sitting, so I'm going to do it by hand. And you'll see it's not that difficult. Okay. Oops, let's do it this way. Okay. And I will get started. Hopefully I have the right size coil here, because these are 4-to-1, 4 coils to 1 inch. And I have a different machine that uses the 3-to-1, and they're hard for me to tell the difference. So let's see, I think this is the right one. It is the wrong one. So we're going to get another one. Okay. Okay. All right, ready? Yep. Okay, so I did get the right coil this time, and we're just going to twist it in. Should have plugged it in, but I didn't. And I did not measure this coil. I hope it's long enough, because sometimes I cut them down for different projects, and if I cut too many down, I just put it back in the box. And I should have checked this one first, but I think we're good. If you are, if you're using the TIANSE machine, like I said, you can actually plug it in and turn it on, and this little thing, oh, can't turn on power, and it will turn, and you will be able to do this automatically instead of doing it by hand. But we are going to just use what is available at the moment. And these oversized notebooks, guys, I mean, I don't know how many of you have jumped on the oversized or the giant cards where you put the candy in them with the little plastic covers. I did those for Christmas, and they were a lot of fun, and they were a big hit. So this is just something to go along with those. I think they're going to be fun. They're huge coloring books. And if you are really good at graphic art and you create your own images, and I know a lot of you create your own images using AI, or you're talented enough to draw them yourselves, you can make some really neat, nice little coloring books, and they can be custom. I see the ones with the kids' pictures and all of that. I'm not that talented when it comes to drawing or art, so that's why almost every video you see me do, I'm going to talk about Creative Fabrica, because that's where I get my art. Okay. And most of it anyway. Okay, so here we are. What do we need to do now? We need to get rid of the extra coils and make sure it's not going to unravel on us, and get rid of these little sharp edges. So all I'm going to do is lay it flat, get my pliers, keep the pliers, I guess, flush with the, or I use it like in the middle of the coil. Clip it and turn it. Let me get it so I can get to, that one didn't quite clip for me. Okay, that didn't come off off like I wanted it to, but I can use my other pliers for that. I just want to turn it in. Turn. Now, got it. Okay. All right. And you might want to put glasses on. I think popped up pretty high on that one. But anyway, this is now my, oh, can you see it? 11 by 14 oversized notebook. And this one is with 11 by 14 paper. I didn't use the card stock for this one because this is an older grandchild and she will probably be using colored pencils or regular crayons. So, and she won't quite color so hard. Now, these images were, like I said, I purchased the bundle on Creative Fabrica, and they're already, some of the coloring books were already put together. I just increased the size of the image and printed them out and made the coloring books. So the images, depending on how you purchase them, do have commercial rights so that you can actually sell these. Can't give them to somebody digitally, but you can put them together like this. So I could sell this and I would be just fine because it comes with the commercial authorization to sell. Yeah, so this was the second coloring book. Okay, now we're gonna get started on the third one, and I thought I would be able to finish it today, but I probably won't because I just realized I'm not gonna be able to punch that last cover because we're doing the glue today. So I might finish it up later, but we'll see. Anyway, here I've already printed out the prints that we're gonna use. This is my card stock that I've already cut, and I'm just repurposing the card stock. For years and years, I sold puzzles, and I had some of the larger puzzles, the 300, 500 piece, and they all came on a card backing like this, a chipboard backing, and I saved a lot of them, so that's what I'm using. Okay, this is just, like I said, a piece of 11 by 14 poster board. 5 for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. And this is a print and it is absolutely beautiful. I believe this is a presentation matte paper, but I am not sure. It's a 13 by 19 paper and I printed it out on my Epson printer that will print up to 13 by 19 or at least 13 wide. I think that's the paper, but I had this paper a long time and it's in a bag and it doesn't say what it is. So anyway, how are we going to do this? First things first, I am going to create my cover by spraying spray adhesive here, putting it down here, folding it over so it's nice and neat, and then kind of gluing it down around the corners like you see there. Now, if you ask, how big was this print? Well, since my cover was 11 by 14, I wanted to make it at least to give me an inch around. So I think I have a little over 12, maybe 12 and a quarter, 12 and 12.3 inch. That's how wide it is. And I wanted to keep the image in proper, you know, the proper rate. I don't know what the word is, but I didn't want it to be skewed. So it's a little bit taller at the top. So to put it down so I know when I start bending it over, I'll have what I want in the image. I just kind of lay it out equal on both sides. And I think I will have about equal on the top. Then I'll just kind of flip it over and see, is this about what I wanted? And it is. That's a really pretty picture. I'm gonna have to figure out which paper that is because that's nice. All right, okay, and once I do that, before I take the poster board and go to spray my adhesive on it, I am going to cheat a little bit because when I come back, I don't want to be moving things around. So I'm just going to take my pencil and draw or trace around the outside and draw the box, because this is where I want to put my sticky cardstock after I spray it with the spray adhesive. Did I do that already? Yes. Okay. Can you see that? Okay, so I'm going to take a second. I'm going to go over to another area and spray the spray adhesive on here, and then I'm going to lay this down. And hopefully it'll be right here, and it'll look good when we're done. So give me just a second. I will return. Okay, I have sprayed the back of this with spray adhesive. And remember how we lined it up? I'm going to try to put it in my lines. I should have stood up. It's easier. But anyway, I think I'm good. I'm okay. Okay. Guys, that spray adhesive is really nice. I like working with it, but it smells really, really strong. So you have to kind of spray it in a well-ventilated area. But this beats all of the double-sided tape. When I don't use this, the other item that I use is Heat and Bond. And that works great too. But I'm using the spray adhesive. Can I stop for just a second? I cut so I could show you the spray adhesive that I use. And can you see it? Oh, lower. Okay, the Elmer's spray adhesive works just as well as this one does. This one I've had forever and ever. And normally when you're finished with this, you want to take an alcohol wipe or something like that and clean the nozzle right here. Otherwise, sometimes it will get stuck. I've had this one a long time, and sometimes I forget and I don't clean the nozzle part. But I will tell you guys, this is a game changer right here. You can buy these on Amazon. So if you have any of these little spray adhesive type things and it gets all gunky and you can't use it, you just pop it off and get a new one. I've had this bag for I don't know how long. I have no idea how much I paid for it. So I will look it up though and put it on a link. But this was 100 pack of spray paint caps. This thing is amazing. Little hack. So, okay, anyway, this was the adhesive spray that I use, and I bought it a long time ago at Hobby Lobby. Okay, so we're ready. It's all laid out flat. It looks so good. That color is, can you really see, can you see that color? That colors are slamming. Okay, I'm gonna turn it over, and I'm going to start folding it so that I can fold it over the sides. But before I do that, I'm gonna cut my corners just a bit. And I'm cutting not super, super close to the corner because I want to have a nice little edge. Nice, neat inside. If it's not neat, you can always put an image on the inside and cover it up. Okay, I always start on the long sides. And I just pull it and press it down. If you're a paper crafter, you might have a bone folder. And that works too. If not, just pull it in and press it down. Okay. I am using paper so that I don't get sticky and it's coming up. Okay. Alrighty. This is really, I think this is a nice addition to those giant cards that a lot of people are making. And if you don't have the ability to make one of those giant cards, this is an easy way to it's a fun way to add something to your Valentine's Day offerings. And if you don't have the big printer, like I said, this is printed on the Epson 8550 that prints up to 13 inches. If you have a regular printer that will only print up to, it'll only do an 8.5 by 11, you can make it a little longer, so you can actually do 8.5 by 14, because I think that's what legal is. So you can still make oversized coloring books if you want to. Or you can make the really small ones. And I think I'll show a picture of one of the 8 by 8 ones that I did. Okay, I'm just kind of folding this down. So anyhow, that's how it works. Okay, now how do I get it to stick? You can use any kind of glue that you want. Right now, what I have available and what I've been using is this regular little Elmer's school paper glue. It sticks just fine with this stuff. If you want to use any other kind of stick glue, I wouldn't use spray glue because it'd be too messy for this. Use wet glue, any adhesive really that you want, double-sided tape. But for me, I'm just going to do this along the side. Oops, I didn't mean to go that far, but it's purple. It'll dry white or clear. Okay, bring it back over, stick it down. Bring my towel. I did not. Do you see my little towel anywhere close by? Nope. That'll work. Okay, thanks. Just so I don't put anything else on the glue. Okay, pop, pop, pop. And like I said, you can use any kind of glue. This glue does work. If you don't like this glue or you don't have it, there's a Scotch paper glue or a Scotch stick glue for paper crafts. That works well too. But guys, I've got to figure out what this paper is because this print is just amazing. Now you could, if you wanted to, laminate this or put some clear sticker paper over it if you want. I'm not going to do that for these because these are for my grandkids, and it's a coloring book, and I think it's got like 12 sheets in it. So 12 or 15 sheets. You don't really need it to stay forever. This is like something that, you know, it's something they'll use up relatively quickly. These little corners. Yes. Okay. If you like watching these type of videos, please take a minute to subscribe and please leave comments. I try to answer them. And yeah, I hope that you come back. We have a few new things coming for next year, a few more ideas for crafts that you can do. Some are just for fun, some that you can do and actually make some money off of them. But yeah. And if you have kids, you're a crafter, I'm telling you, this is how I really started 30 years ago when my children were little. I did lots of crafts. So yeah, we didn't really buy baskets and stuff like that. I did them myself. Okay, this is the cover. And we're not going to be able to punch this cover today because you guys just saw me stick all that glue on there. So it's not dry, and I am not going to gunk up the little holes on my machine. So we might stop, and then I might be able to come back and show it to you at the end. But anyway, this is the cover. I'm going to move that out of the way. My can is gone. Okay, I'm going to move this paper out of the way. Got a little glue on it. And the only thing about that adhesive is it does have an odor, and it smells really bad right now. So we don't want to do these and give them away the same day. Okay. This one, I think I have a few more sheets in it. I believe I put maybe 15 sheets. This one's Aria's. Okay, you're right. I did turn one wrong. Okay. Happy Valentine's Day. When I set it down, I did mess. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Again, 11 by 14 sheets of paper, 11 by 14 chipboard back, and we are going to use again my TIANSE machine. Is heavy, but this is what we're going to use. And like I said, I do have a separate video on how to use this machine, this little binding machine. Pretty cool. I don't have to adjust anything because I punched the same amount, the same holes in the last project. That's it. And you can do 20 at a time. I don't really normally do that many, only because occasionally it'll miss punch. I mean, all of them do it. Or you'll make a mistake and do something, and I don't want to mess up 20 pages. There we go. And these little coloring books are just too cute, and they're really, you just find the ones that you want and print them out. And here is the sheets and the cover. I mean, in the back. We are going to punch the cover and put the cover on in just a moment. Alrighty, it has been several hours. We are going to punch this unbelievably beautifully bright cover. And line it up here. And I'm going to punch it. Remember, we let it dry to make sure the glue was all dry on the inside. I'm gonna move this out of the way. And put the third puzzle together. So I'm just going to start my coils, and again I'm going to do it by hand. And again, I am working with 11 by 14 pages, color book pages. You can print them on any type of paper, but I recommend printing on paper, at least 28-pound paper. 32 is great, and 40 if they're going to be using markers. And sometimes with the younger kids, the 40-pound paper works well. I have the ones that are getting these puzzles are 4, 6, and 8. And so I use different paper for the 4-year-old than I did for the 6 and the 8-year-old. And then I have some little ones I'll probably give. I have 3 2-year-olds. These are all my grandchildren, y'all. So I have 3 2-year-old grandkids, 1 2-year-old granddaughter, and then 2 boys that are 2. And I'll make them some coloring books too, but they're just going to be little foldovers because they'll go through their coloring books all at one time and color on each page. And then they'll be finished. So let's see. This is just too cool. I love it. Okay, I will use my crimping pliers to twist and go. Turn it over. Do the same thing. And now this is 1 coloring book, 2, and 3. So for you guys that have said you are totally done with the oversized candy treats, now here's something else to be oversized. The oversized coloring books, I'm telling you, these are really cute. They're nice. And those of you that are really good at this AI artwork and you can customize and put the kids' faces, names, all of that on it, it's going to be great. And I think this is a really good way to add to whatever you're selling for Valentine's Day. I hope that this has been fun and informative for you. I will link to the TIANSE machine that I used to put the spiral binds on. I have a tutorial. It's only about 15 minutes on exactly how to use that machine. And yeah, this has been fun. Thank you so much again. I do appreciate your watching.